Hey everybody! This is Noelle.
And I'm Jenna.
And you're listening to More Than Murder, where we delve into everything eerie with a side of true crime.
More Than Murder is not your typical true crime podcast. Join us on a weekly tour through the haunted, the bloody, the creepy, and the nutty on our Freaky Fridays.
Hello, listeners and Jenna.
Hello.
We are entering a truly spooky season. It is officially fall.
I'm all spooked out now.
I know.
I was like, oh, summer. And then I was like, oh, spooky season.
Especially since we already have, like, Halloween decor up and stuff, so.
Oh, yeah. Even before fall, I was putting it out.
Well, outside of my house. So everybody around me had to deal with, like, blow-ups and a spooky tree for a couple weeks before, but that's okay.
That's okay. It's all good.
Yes. So, today's going to be a fun episode, and that's because we're doing a bloody and a haunted.
Ooh,
and it's been a while since we've had one, I feel like.
And it's literally the perfect day for what we got.
I know.
It's raining cats and dogs. It's
so
dark and gloomy.
It's cold.
It's perfect.
I am sad, though, because I checked the weather for the rest of the day, and the rain is supposed to stop, and the sun should start to come out in the afternoon. And sometimes, if you wake up on a gloomy day, you just want it to, like, stay gloomy, especially when it's fall now.
Yeah, because I'm about to be watching all these scary movies.
I know.
Like, I have hit that scary movie.
Like, oh, yeah.
Right when this time falls, I'm like, okay, I'm watching nothing but scary movies. I gotta watch all my slashers again. I want to rewatch The Haunting of Hill House. Like, I got all this shit. Oh, God,
I know. I
gotta watch. And, yeah, I'm doing it.
So, even though you guys have already seen the title and know what we're talking about, my intro today will be this. Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41.
It's my favorite thing.
I know. Although Lizzie would argue with you and say, she was not my mother, she was my stepmother.
Well, nursery rhymes aren't.
They're not pleasant at all.
No.
But anyways, so that's our intro. Even though, you know, like we said, nursery rhymes are not pleasant, as we all know. Maybe one day we'll do a nursery rhyme episode.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
There's that girl on TikTok.
I know, I watch her. I've followed her for a really long time now.
I don't even watch TikTok. Me. But I see all of the stuff just on, like, Facebook and the socials. Like, I don't...
Yeah, I know.
I don't even need it.
Once I saw her on TikTok, like, I don't know, it had been... I don't know, maybe like 6 months ago. And I was like, this is awesome.
Hell yeah.
So let's get to it. Lizzie Borden was born on July 19th, 1860 in Fall River, Massachusetts to her parents, Sarah Anthony. Like, not her last name was not Anthony. That was her middle name.
Okay.
Sarah Anthony Borden, Andrew Jackson Borden.
Andrew Jackson.
I know.
Hey.
Lizzie's middle name is actually also Andrew. I don't know if at the time, women had the middle names of maybe their fathers.
Maybe.
Because maybe Sarah's father's name was Anthony.
Or maybe certain...
It sounds probable, being the day, you know, you must be named after your father.
And it might be their religious sect or however they were, you know, brought up, that kind of stuff. People are,
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
She also has an older sister named Emma, and she was born in 1852, so they're about 9 or 10 years apart, depending on the month.
Oh, wow, okay.
Andrew grew up to be a pretty wealthy man, one of the wealthiest in the area at the time. Their house was actually located on, quote, the hill, which is where many wealthy people in the area lived.
Jeez.
Although he was rich, Andrew was, like, really strict on spending. Like, even though they were wealthy enough, they didn't have plumbing in their house, which was a commodity at the time that, the wealthy people just kind of jumped on. Like,
oh, yeah.
You are poor if you do not have plumbing in your home.
Yep, same with electricity, same with lights, telephones.
But he chose against it. And honestly, if I had money, plumbing would probably be one of the first things that I would to get.
Fuck!
Okay?
Yes!
Hygiene.
Fuck yeah.
So, no toilets. I mean, I'd assume they have holes or outhouse. I don't really know.
They probably had an outhouse, and then inside they probably had the basin where they would fill it with warm water once a week.
Right.
And then the whole family would take their baths.
Yeah.
Hate to be the youngest one, or the oldest one, depending. Because I feel like I'd watch the youngins first.
Yeah, the youngins.
And then, you know.
Right. I guess the girls had a pretty religious upbringing, and Lizzie was very involved in the church and organizations relating to the religion and the church.
Makes sense.
I should have said this before because they weren't involved with the church like that until they were a little bit older. But Sarah Borden sadly did pass away on March 26 in 1863 from pneumonia.
Aww.
Emma was only 12, I believe, and Lizzie was only about 2 or 3.
Oh, so she never really knew much of her mother.
No, I mean, not that she probably remembers.
Yeah, that's still pretty young.
But I do believe, I'll talk about that a little bit later. Andrew Borden remarried only like 3 years later, 2 or 3 years later, in 1865 to Abby Gray.
Okay.
Lizzie doesn't seem to accept this relationship because in 1867, after presumably being told to call her mother by her father, I'm sure that when he first married, he's like, this is your mother now, you must call her mother.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
But in 1867, she stopped doing so. So 2 years after her dad married Abby, she stopped calling her mother and called her Mrs. Borden.
Oh, okay. I would have called that bitch Abby.
Yeah. She believed, well, maybe Abby is even too personal for her.
Maybe.
She believed Abby married her dad for his money. I think there was only about a 6-year difference between Abby and Andrew, so it's not like she was this really young woman who found him for his money.
Yeah, that probably didn't happen as much.
It possibly did. Her mom might have said, hey, find you a rich man or whatever.
Yeah.
Because we're broke or whatever. Who knows? There's her backstory. But no, there wasn't a big age difference between the two. And I hadn't heard anything else, about it.
Okay.
In 1889, the Bordens hired a live-in maid named Bridget Sullivan who immigrated to the U.S. from Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
She was only in her early or mid-20s when she started working for them. And when the murders took place, because you guys know what this is all about, she would be probably in her late 20s, like 27 or 28 or something. Okay. I guess she ended up working for the Bordens for a really long time. From here on, the family just doesn't seem to see eye to eye on anything, and I don't think the Borden girls in general had a very healthy relationship with their parents.
No, I could see it.
Yeah, Lizzie would keep and maintain a roost for the pigeons that were on their property or whatever, and she enjoyed it. She probably actually loved the birds, whether they were pigeons or not. Yeah. She built the roost. She'd probably go and feed them.
It's like the Hey Arnold episode.
yeah. And one day, her dad claimed the pigeons were bringing the neighborhood kids to hunt them, which, maybe just protect your land better.
Yeah.
Because whether the kids hunted the pigeons or not, because of Andrew, they all ended up dead. He went in and massacred, shot them all. Jesus. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't even, he didn't shoot them. He literally went in with a hatchet.
Oh.
And slaughtered the pigeons.
Oh, no.
So what do you care if the kids are coming? You're claiming the kids are coming to hunt them, so you're going to kill them anyways? It makes no sense.
Yeah, let them out. If you're just let them out.
Yeah.
And, live somewhere else, I guess.
It's literally him being maniacal towards Lizzie is how I feel.
Something that she enjoys.
Yeah, and he diabolically took it away from her.
Yeah.
In an awful manner.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just terrible. I know that if it was me and I was Lizzie, I would just feel terrible. I'd be
Especially
crying.
Something you care about,
And animals, jeez. So Lizzie was super upset. This was in May of 1892. So this was May of 1892. In July of 1892, another argument between the family ended up leading to both Emma and Lizzie. Because Lizzie and
Emma and Lizzie.
Yeah, I'm literally combining them. And they took an extended vacation to New Bedford. I don't know if somebody of their family lived in New Bedford. Maybe her uncle lived in New Bedford.
That happened a lot back then.
Where did they go?
Well, I don't know.
It's just so weird.
But they probably did have family somewhere, and they're like, you're going to your auntie's.
Yeah.
I can't deal with you anymore. We need time apart.
Yeah, send you away.
Yeah, I feel like that happened all the time.
It's just weird. When the girls arrive back home in New Falls, it's about a week before the Borden murders take place. Their biological mom, Sarah, her brother, John Morse, came to visit the family for a few days to speak about some fiscal business with their dad. During this time, everyone in the house falls super ill, even Bridget, I guess, and Abby as well as Lizzie believe they had been poisoned because Andrew was apparently not very popular. However, Lizzie were fine. Lizzie and Emma were fine.
Oh, okay. So Abby and Andrew
were poisoned.
Yes, but the daughters were fine. Yeah. Okay.
I do believe...
Oh, so they tried poison first. It did not work.
Yeah. I do believe there was rumors about Lizzie being at the drugstore attempting to purchase some form of poison.
Okay.
But they wouldn't allow her because she had no prescription. Yeah. So I don't know where this poison came from because Lizzie wasn't able to get her hands on any.
So there's ways.
Right.
There's always fucking ways.
There's plants that grow in the backyard.
Oh yeah, there's tons of stuff that can just kill you.
Yeah. If that's the case, it looks like she did try to poison the family and end them that way rather than slaughtering them. Mm-hmm. And speaking of slaughter, I suppose we'll just move right along into the next section. That's an awful segue, but hey.
Hey, I mean... speaking of slaughter...
Speaking of it. Let's see. August 4th, 1892. So they left in May and came back in like June or July or whatever.
Okay, so they're... Yeah.
And now a month later, August 4th, 1892. Lizzie is 33 right now.
When the action really happens.
Si, señorita. Actually, you're married, so you'd be senora.
Senora.
Yeah. Bridget, the Borden's housekeeper, was outside cleaning the windows, and Abby Borden went upstairs to finish her chores. Andrew had left the house to mail out some letters that Lizzie asked him to go mail.
Okay.
And who knows where her uncle and sister were. I guess her sister was out of the house somewhere, and her uncle, I have no idea. He said he left the house to go do some chores.
Of course.
Around 9:30 that morning, Lizzie went up the stairs, hatchet in hand. Yes, hatchet, just a bit different than an axe, as the rhyme would have us all believe.
Yeah.
The same hatchet, I'm assuming, her daddy used to murder her pigeons.
Probably.
And delivered 19, so not 40, but 19 fatal blows to the back, or to Abby's head with a hatchet.
Oh, man.
I assumed it was the back, but I don't really know. I just have this weird picture in my head.
Well, there's pictures
Abby
on there.
Yeah, and it looks like she had fallen forward over the furniture. So
yeah, you can see that shit.
Well, I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. Lizzie was known for telling some of the folks around town how nasty and mean her stepmom could be. So that's, a thing that kind of comes up later.
Mm-hmm.
Her dad returned from mailing Lizzie's letters, and by this time, Bridget was back in the house and opened the door for him. Just seconds after hearing a strange muted laugh from upstairs. So she didn't know, she thought Abby was gone because, like I'm going to tell you. So Bridget then retreated to her room to the attic to rest.
Yep.
Lizzie told her dad, and I'd assume she told Bridget this as well, that Abby had received a message from maybe some messenger deliverer or whatever.
Yeah, it happened at the time.
Yeah.
The post or whatever. Yep.
Yeah. Oops.
It's funny because you were like, oh, I better turn my phone on mute.
I know, not my computer. So Lizzie told her dad that Abby had received a message that led to her having to leave the house.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Which you all and I know that Abby is in fact dead upstairs. Anyways, Andrew Borden went to lay down in the sitting room on this beautiful couch. And that's where Lizzie delivered about 11 more blows to his head.
Dude, his head's fucked.
Oh, yeah. With the same hatchet and killed him, too. Mm-hmm. He was 70 and Abby was 64. Andrew had his eyeball split in half and his nose was chopped off.
Dude, his whole face is just gone.
If you see, there's pictures of his skull, too, that had just this complete missing. I did read another instance that the reason why she stopped at 11 is because the hatchet the handle broke off and the hatchet was lodged in his skull.
Yeah.
I guess I should have added a disclaimer to the beginning of this.
Yeah, guys, this episode is of graphic content, so listener discretion is advised.
All of our episodes are listed as explicit. And it is true crime and paranormal.
See, I've been thinking that because I'm like, oh, fuck. I didn't have that written down in that episode. Because usually I say it right at the top.
I know.
And then I forget. And I'm like, ugh.
We'll put it everywhere that the podcast is posted. So if you look at the episode description, it shall say,
and usually
listener discretion is advised.
Sometime in the episode.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sorry about it, but you should know because we're talking about Lizzie Borden.
Discretion is advised. This dude's face is
fucked.
Just,
mashed.
Dude, it's mashed. It's mashed potatoes. It's
bad.
Oh, God.
You look at pictures.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you hear that?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, listen to what I tell you later, so.
Okay.
I'll talk about this in a little bit. So I guess after this happened, Lizzie then called for Bridget, telling her someone had come in and killed her father.
Yep.
Police immediately had a feeling it was Lizzie. Her sister, like I said, was out of town and was not a suspect.
Yep.
Her trial took place on June 1893 in New Bedford, and it was the talk of the town and very highly publicized for the time period.
Oh, yeah, heck yeah, man.
The police were able to obtain the hatchet, but it was already cleaned from any blood and evidence. This is what I don't understand, because they said that the hatchet was found in the basement, but I also thought that the hatchet was lodged in his skull. So, was she able to take it out?
She might have been able to take it out.
That's hard to do.
I know.
Like, that would take some brute strength.
It would take...
Of maybe a man.
Then again, though, you got to think of that adrenaline pumping when you're
killing somebody. But it has no handle. She's going to have to try to unlodge it by the head of the hatchet. It
depends on where it broke. Like, there might have been a little bit of handle left. It might have broken, like, weirdly.
Yeah, maybe.
And then she could have maybe, like, used her palm to kind of get it, like, up and out.
Could you see if there's a Google picture of the hatchet? Like... evidence, like hatchet evidence or something from the case? Because I'd like to see. Because it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, so where it broke off, there's a little bit of handle. Lizzie Borden case images from one of the most notorious crime scenes in history, CBSnews.com. That is where this picture is coming from.
So oh my god, that is not a lot to work with.
It's not, but you could get some trajectory. Like if it broke off here, but she's got this too.
I know. I don't know. That's the weird... There's some weird things about this.
Because you got to think about that adrenaline, man. You're killing somebody.
I know.
People can lift cars.
I know. But the fact that she's... Why would she stop then? Why wouldn't she just keep going?
I mean, well, at that point, she's probably like, all right, he's dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, once you're trying to get it out, that adrenaline you're using is probably fading at that point. And you're like, I'm fucking tired. And then you're just done. I mean, his head was...
Yeah. I mean, and then her head, I mean,
she's probably
you can't see her face, but...
Well, I did see that picture. I did see a picture.
Yeah, the pool of blood down below.
Fudge sickles. I lost the picture.
Okay, well, while you find it, and then we'll talk about that.
Clearing my breath here. Or my...
Clearing your breath.
Because I'm trying to read while having a train of thought. 49 Lizzie Borden... with her axe ideas, I guess. I don't know. There is this picture, though, and it's got, like, laying in a pool of blood, and then there's the house, and then there's the father, and then there's Lizzie, and then there's this picture of the back of, I think, Abby's head.
Yeah, let me see. I think I've seen that one.
This isn't a great picture,
I wasn't sure if it was her dad's face, though, or not.
No, I think it's the back of the head. Oh, well.
That's why I wasn't sure, because they said his face was pretty well...
No, I feel like it is the back. No, this is just, like...
mushed.
No. This is, like, marks, kind of. Like... Hold on. I didn't find a great picture. We're just talking about a picture right now, guys. If I find it, I will...
show me.
It's right here, but it won't go big. Are you joking?
Just zoom in on your screen. Just pinch your screen.
Well, I had to open it at the website.
Yeah, and then zoom in.
But it's still being freaking dumb. Like, what are you doing, Pinterest?
Oh, it's Pinterest, that's why.
It's Pinterest, yeah. And it made me like, all right, well, you're going to see this grainy-ass photo.
Yeah, I thought that was Andrew. I don't know.
No, his face...
look...
His face was completely, like, smashed in, and it was like,
yeah, but this is the neck here, in the front of the neck. That's the front of someone's
No, that's the back of the head. I'm pretty sure that is the back of the head. Because if you look at it, the ears are it's blurry.
I thought the ears... See, I see the inside of the ears, although one ear does look backwards.
Yeah, no, it's definitely backwards. And then you have, like, it looks like the hair, they, like, shaved or did something to the hair, and it's, like, gone from here, and then you're seeing the back of, I think, Abby's head.
Okay. So, yes, the police were able to obtain the hatchet, but it had already been cleaned of any blood and evidence. And Lizzie also apparently ripped up and burned a blue dress, according to some witnesses, in the oven that she had claimed had baseboard paint on it, and that wasn't found either.
Yeah, because she said that she got dirty from, like...
baseboard paint.
Painting. Yeah, she was like, oh, no, you're just, working around the house.
Yeah.
Okay, lady.
Also, fingerprint forensics were literally just becoming a thing where they would, like, take somebody's fingerprint and have probably absolutely nothing to compare it to.
No, there wasn't coded.
No.
They didn't have anything to be like, oh, fancy computers to match these points.
Right.
Like, oh, God.
And so none were lifted from this hatchet. Which, by the way, like I said, the hatchet was found in the basement, and that's according to hauntedhouses.com. Before the murders, apparently, Abby found Bridget's cat beheaded in the basement as well.
Oh.
So people think that whoever chopped everybody else tried it on the cat first.
That one's a little bit better. It's definitely the
back.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that too, but I thought it was Andrew's face, but no, you're right.
Yeah, his face is done. He's done. Like, it looks like she was, hacked, definitely. And you can see the pool of blood, but he was disfigured.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, yeah. Other than the hatchet, there was no other evidence they could find, especially since it was 1893. They didn't know the things then that they know now.
So do you think the cat was like a, something to throw off the investigators?
I don't know.
Like, oh my God, they killed the cat too!
Seeing if whoever did it could do the people.
Like they tried.
Like they're like,
cat
am
first.
I capable of doing this?
Okay, all right, I can see
and
that.
And if it was Lizzie, it sounds like she was an animal person.
Which, that's...
So it would be even harder, I think, for her, and this sounds fucked up, harder for her to kill an animal, an innocent animal, than the people that she already has anger towards.
So like she's pissed over these pigeons.
Right.
But then gonna kill a cat.
Yeah, so no, I think that maybe it was her seeing, am I capable of this?
Yeah, I could see that.
And how does it work? Is it easy to do? Like, what does it feel like? I guess. I don't know.
Oh, my kitty's right here, guys.
I know.
And I'm like, come here, kitty.
The trial ended up going to a grand jury, and everyone testified. Neighbors, Emma, Lizzie's sister, their uncle who came to stay, and their housekeeper, Bridget, and several other people, like some cloak maker or something, who was the one Lizzie claimed to tell that her stepmom was an awful woman and all that.
Yeah. Well, back in those times, you were very close to people who were making your outfits and things. Like, you would go to their shop and they would literally stand there and they would make it around your body.
Right.
So I could see that being the case, just like a hairdresser is nowadays. You go in and you have your chats and you kind of talk about things that are on your mind.
Well, even being that they were so wealthy, it could even be that those people would make house calls.
I was going to say come to the house because they were wealthy.
Yeah. So I think that's probably
that's
hit the nail on the head. Or should I say
the hatchet?
Oh, God. I'm so sorry, you guys.
We can't be stopped.
What the fuck is wrong with us?
We're fucked.
Okay.
We're not the only ones, as I sent you the other day.
No, if you go to Google and type in any true crime case or crime scene photos, it'll say if people have already looked up.
The things, yes. And I wasn't even looking that up. Mine
no, it just
was
pops
very tame.
Up. Yeah.
Then it was very like, whoa.
I know.
Damn.
Many people believe that it had to have been a man that swung the hatchet because how many times Abby was hit with the hatchet. 19 times of force.
Yep.
Trying to stick it and unstick it because it's sticking in every time. It's just not getting lodged.
If this is the back of her head, that's your head.
I mean, it's going deep in.
Yeah.
And so this is taking force. 19 blows of trying to lodge and dislodge and lodge and dislodge. And then...
And who knows how old that motherfucking hatchet was. And if he was up on, I doubt he was out there sharpening his motherfucking hatchet.
I know. And then, to go and deliver 11 more blows, which total is what, 32 blows 19, in general.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
That's 20, it's 30.
30.
Yes.
I counted on my
29
fingers.
plus 10 is... So
I could have done that quick, but I'm not good like that.
I am with small numbers. Shh, don't touch me.
I still count my fingers for
me too. It's the best calculator.
It really is. I'm like...
So, that's why some people thought that it was a man.
It could have, yeah.
Yeah, especially how the hatchet broke, obviously, and then had to dislodge it from being trapped.
And it's hard. It is hard because you could look at it like, okay, when she started on Abby, she had the energy. She, but by the time it got to Dad, she was Andrew. I love my dad. I'm not saying that word before I talk about murder.
I know it's weird.
She could have been more tired, I guess, and that's why she didn't stop when she took the thing. That's why she did stop at 11. True. She might. I don't know.
Or maybe it's because obviously that's her dad and Abby is the stepmom, and she didn't.
I think she did have more anger towards Abby.
Yeah. So.
And then probably all right, yeah, Dad, you gotta go too.
Yep. Because of the lack of evidence, conflicting testimonies, and the fact that Lizzie would have only had about 8 to 13... Now, this is the part that trips me up.
Okay.
She would have only had about 8 to 13 minutes to completely cleanse herself, not only of her dad's blood, but also Abby's.
And clean the hatchet.
Before calling for Bridget's help.
Yeah.
Because of this, Lizzie was acquitted and found not guilty. Well, listen to this. It's hard to wash off blood, especially since she killed Abby a little while before killing her dad.
Oh, and imagine the splatter coming out of that. Like, you're hitting
your hair.
Blunt. That's like blunt. You're covered in it.
It's everywhere. It's not only on your clothes. It's in your fingernails. It's in your hair. It's on your eyelashes.
Like, Victorian fucking lacy motherfucking long sleeve fucking outfits.
Not only that, but remember, they had no plumbing.
No, they didn't.
This would have to have been a fucking sponge bath.
And
or she would have had to boil water, fill the bathtub, to completely clean herself of all this blood.
She was prepared and did that before the murders.
Well, she couldn't have washed herself before the murders.
No, I'm saying she was prepared, got the water and everything ready, did the murders, and then bam, 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 bam.
There was no evidence of the tub being used. You know, that's the one thing that trips me up.
Nearby? Anything?
She didn't leave the house. So it's really weird because
it is weird.
For some people with no plumbing, okay, if you had a shower,
sure,
it's
get in,
possible.
Clean, yeah.
Although
I shower quick.
But you would still have to scrub that out of your nails, that dried blood.
And you'd have evidence of, like, the shower.
You'd have to clean the shower after. And so that is the part that's a little strange for me.
That is really strange.
So, again, Lizzie was acquitted and found not guilty.
Yeah.
Personally, obviously it does seem like everything points to Lizzie. The only other person I think it could have been was maybe the uncle, because him and the father were having a dispute over a business deal involving properties and things that belonged to their mother. You know, maybe Andrew was being obstinate to what they were owed.
No, this is mine. This is mine. You're not getting a dime or land or anything.
You know, I feel like Lizzie probably would have covered for him and said, yeah, John was out of the house.
Yeah.
You know? Or especially if she helped or something.
She could have been an accomplice of some sort.
She could have been the one to kill Abby, washed herself off while he was killing John or Andrew.
Yeah.
So there's that. Because his name is John.
Oh, his name is... Okay. I'm like, where'd you get John?
So there is a rumor, and I thought I should mention this, of an illegitimate child of Andrew's named William.
Okay.
I didn't do more research onto it. I guess I should have, because they even have a name for him and everything, so I assume William probably did exist.
Yeah.
And some think that either he killed one of the parents or both due to being, like, rejected by his dad and not being accepted into their family.
Well, if you're not, you're a bastard in the eyes of America at that time, and everyone in America at that fucking time.
So the whole her having to clean herself up really trips me up. It really does. So their housekeeper, Bridget, who is only, like I said, in her later 20s, fled to Montana after the trial concluded, getting the fuck out of Dodge.
Good for her.
I was surprised to find out that after this, Lizzie and Emma stayed close. I don't think Emma, if she believed Lizzie did it, I don't think she blamed her or had any ill will about it.
No, it doesn't seem like. I wouldn't.
They were both shipped away by their dad, you know, because they had an argument.
And this new lady who we have to call Mother, and
it doesn't sound like maybe Abby wasn't a very nice person towards the girls. Who knows? They even purchased a home together on a hill, you know, that wealthy hill, that they were able to do because Andrew inherited, within that hour of Abby's death, Andrew inherited Abby's estate. And then when they killed the father, they inherited both Abby's and their father's estate.
Damn, so killing Abby first was smart. Because if they had killed the father first, Abby would have come into all of the father's stuff. But they did it vice versa. Holy shit.
And that's why they think that it was Lizzie.
It's a little maniacal, but I also don't feel like that was something that would have been thought about. It wouldn't have been my train of thought.
I don't know.
Because I wouldn't have known
I
that,
mean,
like, in that hour, that automatically goes to him, and then it goes, I wouldn't have done research.
She was like 33, so she wasn't a young girl.
That's true.
And her sister was 10 years older than her.
Yeah.
Who knows what kind of input she had, or maybe what kind of job she might have had.
Because
So, who knows?
Huh.
However, something did make the girls part ways in 1904 and never saw each other again.
Oh, wow.
So I think it was some sort of dispute or disagreement.
And they were only middle-aged at that point. Well, the older sister was a little bit older,
yeah. On June 1st, 1927, at 67 years old, Lizzie died from pneumonia just as her mother did. And only 8 days later, weirdly enough, at 75, Emma passed from pneumonia as well. Even though they weren't even near each other.
Yeah.
I was like, because I had to look it up. They said Emma died this. I was like, wait a second. Did they die? Like, so I did extra Googling. How far apart did they die? What did they die of? And then, because I was thinking they must have been living together, and that's why one died first and the other died just days later. But no. And all three of them died the way their mom did. And that was in the 20s. Like, I know their mom died way back in 1863 when pneumonia was, like, obviously happened a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like in 1927, that was, like, a lot less likely. Maybe not, though. I don't know. I'm not a medical student.
With the flu can bring pneumonia and, like, chest stuff. So who knows? I mean...
And Emma was 75, so...
Older.
Right.
Yeah.
Because of the fiscal inheritance and Lizzie's disdain for her stepmother and likely resentment towards her father for marrying Abby in the first place, this is what led people over the years to believe Lizzie did, in fact, commit the murders.
Yeah.
Or was the one, at the head of it all. If she wasn't the only one, she was definitely involved. Now, we're going to get into the fun parts. The haunting of the Borden house.
Oh, yes. Everyone knows that place be haunted.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, if you haven't heard yet, the Lizzie Borden house is wrought with the energy of Lizzie's parents being murdered and everything else, and it is haunted.
Mm-hmm.
You're not only invited to stay... I didn't even tell you. So, train. Choo-choo. So... The Lizzie Borden house is now a bed and breakfast.
Yep.
You're not only invited to stay at the bed and breakfast and even in Lizzie's own room, but they, of course, also offer tours there, whether you plan on staying or not.
Yep.
They actually... Did I skip a part? Yes, I did. Holy moly. Okay. Rewind. Okay, so the Borden house became a bread and breakfast. Bed and breakfast, which is funny because according to the website, breakfast is provided at an additional $20 per room. I feel like at bed and breakfasts,
it's included.
Usually, at least a continental.
Something. Well, that's a hotel. But no, if you're going to a bed and breakfast, I'm pretty sure the breakfast is included in what your stay is.
Like,
you get breakfast at the bed and the bread and breakfast.
Yeah, the bread and breakfast. Yeah, like when we went to stay in North Carolina at the Outer Banks, every morning we woke up and had breakfast. That breakfast was complimentary, but anything else we were to eat there throughout the day was not.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bed and breakfast, but your breakfast costs an extra $20 per room. Okay.
Yeah, but if you go to like a good old Motel 6 or whatever, you get like that continental and you get your bagels and your cereal.
Give me a bagel.
Yeah.
God damn.
Waffle maker? Sure.
I know, jeez.
Good Lord.
So anyways, the home was purchased for $2 million.
Damn.
By the U.S. Ghost Adventures, not to be confused with Zach Baggins and his show Ghost Adventures.
No, you're good.
Oh.
I just want to say, because we're talking about a house selling for that much.
Yeah.
The Conjuring house is for sale right now for $1.2 million.
Wow.
So let's go to the bank for a loan.
I know, right?
Buy that motherfucking house.
We would make it all back.
I know. I know. And then I'd get to like sleep in it.
I know.
Play around in it.
Oh.
All right. So back to Lizzie. So not Zach Baggins.
Not Zach Baggins Ghost Adventures. No, this is actually the U.S. Ghost Adventures. And they actually offer ghost tours all over the U.S.
Okay.
And you can go to www.usghostadventures.com to check out where they have upcoming tours and reserve a spot, which we should do since October's coming. Yep. U.S. hosts. Oh, no. I'm such a dummy. You guys, because I just read U.S. Ghost Adventures, but the website comes up as Us Ghost Adventures. My next sentence was going to say Us Hosts, and I read it as U.S. Hosts. Anyways.
Oh, that's funny.
Us hosts and a bunch of our listeners should meet up and go on one together. It'd be so freaking fun.
Get it on the website right now.
Yeah.
Duh.
Anyways, the Borden house haunts. People who tour the B&B or stay do say that they have a feeling of unease, but no tourists have ever been harmed or anything like that.
That's good. That's good.
Now, I may or may not include photos from the murder scene on the blog, and I typically wouldn't. However, listen to this. Photos of the murdered Andrew and Abby are actually on display and in frames at the Borden B&B. They're just placed around.
Yes, it's like the biggest thing.
They're fucking bashed in heads.
That usually doesn't happen.
No.
But it was in the newspapers. They're good. They're good photos.
And that's why I was like, this time I might actually post them. Because
I might take this Am Reading website, this little collage that's made right for me, and
for
put
Insta.
that on the Insta, because it's perfect. It's got
all of the stuff.
The smashed in heads, the house, Lizzie,
I mean, I'm sorry if it's graphic for you guys, but usually we don't post victim photos.
You know what I'll do?
I'll do? They're completely on display. They want people to see it.
Well, this is what I'm going to do. I'll do a slideshow, and the first thing I will make says, trigger warning, graphic content ahead.
Yeah.
Go to picture if you want, and then you can swipe.
Yeah.
That way you can choose. You won't just be sliding down your news feed like, oh, hey, there's a hatchet head.
And on the blog, they'll be towards the bottom because I post photos chronologically. So.
And if you're going to the blog,
you should just know that they may be.
You're getting it.
I don't usually post them.
Getting into though.
With respect to most victims, but like I said, this.
Yes,
it's public knowledge. They want people to see
you
it. You
literally type in Lizzie Borden murders,
and it comes
everywhere.
Up.
I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures, 5 pictures of just the couch.
Yes. The house is decorated in the same exact way the Bordens had it. The owners couldn't keep any of the original furniture, but they have done their research and have authentically remodeled it to be the way it was when the Bordens lived there. Now, all the ghost stories I'm about to tell you comes from hauntedhouses.com. I compared their hauntings and info to a few others and fact-checked some things with Google, and their information seems to be the most honest and concise.
Yeah. Is the hatchet still around? Do you know?
I don't know. I would assume from that evidence, it's got to be somewhere. I don't know where it's displayed.
I don't know if it was
it's got to be in a museum. See,
that's the thing. I didn't know if it was at the house, they released it, or if it's still sitting in police evidence.
Which is stupid. It should be in a museum at the house or something. Say it.
I don't know what to type in, but we'll see how it goes.
Just say is the
I just typed in
hatchet on display.
I don't want to be I'm a very loud typer.
Oh no, we're telling you we're looking stuff up.
I know, but I don't want to be
getting info for y'all. So yeah, see if it's still on display anywhere, or if it is on display anywhere.
I'm a loud fucking typer.
And then I'll just keep going while you do that. Before I get into, let me see if I didn't skip something. Yes, before I get into the spirits of those that lived and died in the house specifically, I want to go over some of the general things that have been heard and seen. Did you figure some out?
I did. So I'm on a website called roadsideamerica.com.
Nice. Yes.
And it says, there's this excerpt, I'm going to read it verbatim. The Fall River Historical Society exhibits the murder memorabilia in glass fronted cases that were being vigorously Windexed when we arrived. They were covered with smears. Sorry, that was not. Lizzie's prison dinner pails were here as a wooden stool from her jail cell.
Well, she was arrested for a robbery or after that later on, but she didn't spend much time.
Photos of the bashed-in skulls of Andrew and Abby are exhibited, as well as
Christ.
Hunks of their hair.
Oh, man.
A pillow sham and bedspread splatter.
Wow.
With Abby's blood and the famous hatchet that was found in the cellar. So apparently that is at the Fall River Historical Society.
Oh, cool.
But
I want to go.
There is a quote from a Michael Martins that says, it's highly unlikely that this was the murder weapon. They found no blood on it and only one strand of hair. So they're not, and it's not human hair. So they're saying they don't know if it's, I don't know. Okay. But the axe that was found is apparently at this place, and they got fucking hair.
And sheets, and we need to go there.
Holy shit. Okay.
Lots of
blood spread.
Blood spread.
Bed spread.
See, it's a blood and breakfast. Now it's a blood and breakfast.
Now it's a blood and...
It was bled.
Bread and
breakfast. That'd be awesome.
That's a good idea. We need to
take
call
a murder house,
people.
Turn it into a blood and breakfast.
We're calling the Lizzie Borden house when we're done with this. Be like, hey,
the Lizzie Borden blood and breakfast.
Blood and breakfast. It's perfect.
Okay, so
your eggs with a little hatchet.
Yeah. Oh my God. Little hatchet knives.
Yes.
That's so fucked up, you guys. We're sorry.
Oh God, we're fucked.
Why are we the way we are?
You know,
that's why we do what we do. So shush.
My morbid sense of humor gets me through fucking life. Okay,
dude, we have dark senses of humor.
I have to look at things very, very dark. So fuck it.
All right, let's keep going here. Lots of apparitions of shadow figures have been seen.
Ooh, my favorite.
I know. One guest staying in the room Abby was murdered in claimed she woke up and saw something on her husband's side of the bed while he slept. She immediately got up and snapped a photo, and it's a strange one. It has a person-sized mist, just bright mist on the left side of the picture. And, of course, at this time, the picture was, like, black and white. It wasn't, like, way back in the day, I don't think. It was when it was still a bed and breakfast.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
It's not hard to miss at all, and I will post that on the blog. The shadow figures have been seen walking and moving all over the house, on the staircase and in the main hallway. People have claimed to have felt something brush against their back, or maybe even like a finger running down their back.
Ooh.
Only to turn around and, of course, see nothing there.
Spooky.
The owners of the home, past and present, all believe in the hauntings and have all had their own experiences.
Do they live in it?
I know. What?
Do they live in it?
Oh, I don't
Sometimes
know.
with bed and breakfast, they like live in it, and it's like their house, and then she clowing at you.
Yeah, what Mama does.
They like live in it, so they're the ones who do the cooking and the cleaning, and like they'll like take
that's
care
how it was
of the
at
house.
The Vagabond.
Yeah, so I wonder if they like live in it.
It's possible.
Fuck that.
Yeah, right? The McGinns were the previous owners, and even their staff attest to their experiences. They would often be on the bottom floor and hear doors shut in the second or third floor, followed by the sounds of someone walking. Mm-hmm. Kind of like in our Paranormal Snoop when you hear the door shut and then hear ooh, I know how that sounds. Just haven't heard it with my own ears.
Ugh, gotta.
The lights, mainly, they would go wild and creepy kind of wild. For example, the owners could be in one room and the light switch would flip on and on would come the lights in the hall or room in front of them.
Oh.
Almost like a beckoning or maybe a greeting, like, hey, I'm in this room, what are you doing? Or, hey, come hither.
It could be.
Yeah. Of course, there's always the murmur of disembodied voices. But owners and tourists alike have claimed that they have actually seen Lizzie herself, or a spirit who looks an awful lot like her, in the basement.
Oh, boy.
In the basement.
Oh, hiding the hatchet.
Yep. People assume that they see her down there making sure she has disposed of all of the evidence from her crime.
Was that the cat?
Yeah, she knocked down the leaf. Not only can you hear disembodied voices, but you can also hear, get this is so, the meows of Bridget's cat.
Aww.
The kitty apparently still craves attention, as if you are in these second or third floor bedrooms, you may feel the gentle rubbing on your leg from the kitty's face.
Oh, that'll be my cat.
I know, how sweet is that?
So, but sad at the
I'll
same
have like
time.
a ghost cat.
How freaking it'd be awesome.
I'm pretty sure some of my cats do sometimes come visit me anyway.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Like,
yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of cats,
and,
so
yeah.
And ones that, Patches especially, so.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah. This next one could be confusing to some, but I think I figured it out. The spirits of 2 young children have been seen throughout the house and have been heard playing marbles. I believe this is the spirits of Emma and Lizzie during happier times.
Yeah.
Maybe when their mom Sarah was still alive. Because it seemed like the death of Sarah and consequently Andrew marrying Abby is what caused the entire downfall.
Yeah. It seemed like things were very happy.
Yeah, when mom was around, even though she only knew her as a small child, I could picture a 3-year-old playing marbles with her sister.
Yeah.
2.5,
easily.
3. And at that time, Emma was, like I said,
older.
10
6.
or so. So that's that's still a young kid. So that's pretty interesting. Bridget has apparently returned to the house either trying to tell the truth of what happened that day or simply reliving it as an echo in her afterlife. Mm-hmm. An apparition believed to be Bridget has been seen in maid-like clothing, and someone caught her on an EVP once screaming, "Ma'am, come quick."
Oh,
and
calling think, for like Abby.
Maybe Abby, or because
she just found the husband, and then she was like, "Oh."
Well,
although Abby was supposed to be out of the house,
Lizzie technically found her dad, and so she called to. I'm wondering if Bridget found Abby, because nobody knew that Abby was even upstairs. So Bridget, the housekeeper, could have gone upstairs to do housework.
Calling her to come up. Found Abby.
Yeah, because she thought that only the dad was murdered.
Yep.
So I think that she's calling to Lizzie saying, "Come quick, I found Abby." You can also feel cold spots in her bedroom as often, you can with spirits. And for the victims, starting with Abby, lots of her activity can be heard in the guest room where Lizzie's uncle stayed. It's now called the John Morse room.
Okay.
I wonder if Abby and John have something.
That's exactly what I was fucking thinking.
And maybe John took out fucking Andrew because she said, "No, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm breaking it off." And Andrew wouldn't let him have the property.
Yeah.
Who fucking knows,
and
honestly?
Andrew found out. You're never... There's
no
way to fucking know.
No.
We were not there.
It was too back.
Everyone's dead from that time. I mean...
And the whole fact of her not having time to clean herself and clean where she would have cleansed herself just throws the whole wrench in the crack.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm probably going to spiral today, and I'm probably going to look and see if I can find videos on other people, their theories on how she could have washed up and things that she could have done, and how it could have worked. I swear I've seen shows like that, and they go through how it could have happened.
Theories, yeah.
So I'm gonna.
That's a good idea, because at the end I mentioned how you can go to YouTube and type in EVPs Lizzie Borden and find several results. So I wanted to go home later and listen to some of the EVPs from there.
Didn't Ghost Adventures go there?
I don't know.
I feel like they did. I know they did Velisca, but I feel like they went to Lizzie. But ow.
I don't know. I know that the U.S. Ghost Tour or Ghost Adventures have. So you can hear Abby's cries, possibly the cries of her being murdered. Mm-hmm. You can also see an older woman with gray hair. Remember, Abby was about 64 when she passed. Yeah. Going about her day and daily tasks as happy as could be, which is reassuring after the way she died.
Oh, I just picture those scary movies where the ghosts look like how they died. And just seeing her walk around with
Good God.
And seeing
it's like Stardust. Do you remember the movie Stardust? It's such a good movie. And all the princes were knocked out. Yeah, they were all. Yes. And then they all came back with one of them was frozen and his hair was over here and his mouth was over here.
Yes. It's great. 13 ghosts.
It's such a good time to watch Stardust. Witches and ghosts and so possibly the creepiest occurrence was just after the renovations and repairs had been completed.
That fires it up, guys.
In the John Morse room,
oh boy,
a human-sized indent was seen on the bed by one of the staff members.
Oh, that's so cool.
Almost as if John or possibly Abby was laying on top of it.
Yeah.
Or maybe she was lying on top of John on top of the bed.
Oh boy.
Who knows?
Oh boy.
I know. Now, for Andrew, he seems to be still quite resentful at the way he was murdered. However, he goes about his day just as he would have when he was living, doing the same things he did daily back then. People seem to think his rage has calmed and that he gets comfort from the guests. And the fact that people kind of come and, see... I don't know if they're he thinks it's them paying their respects, maybe, or... I don't know.
I mean... I don't know.
The reason why people think he's started to get calmer and get comfort from the guests is because he's recently started to answer EVPs. So that's interesting. That's why I also want to watch those videos.
Yeah.
Because it might not be Lizzie that you hear only.
Yeah, I definitely want to see, I'm going to go and see if I can find fucking Ghost Adventures.
I'm just going to watch other people doing theirs on YouTube because they don't get paid for it like the Ghost Adventures do.
No, of course not, but I just love Ghost Adventures. It's going to be an old episode, so I'll watch it again.
Jeez. And, like I said, I'll be watching those EVPs later. And, once I've relaxed for the night, I'll be sitting down on the couch watching those. So
it's nice that it's not, it doesn't seem malevolent, really.
Mm-mm.
Like, they're there.
No,
like, they died in a shitty fucking way.
And
very brutal, but...
Literally, it's not like Lizzie, if she did do it, or whoever did it, is a serial killer. They had it out for those two particular people.
Yes.
So they wouldn't be, I feel like, malevolent or violent towards anybody else, except for maybe those spirits in the afterlife. They weren't
inherently bad.
Right. They wouldn't just be having a bad energy.
You can tell me that I'm wrong, but...
I know.
She wasn't inherently bad. She wasn't going out killing everybody and just wanted to kill for the feeling of killing. That's inherently bad.
Yeah. And that's all I have for you today, folks. But it was a great double kind of episode, if you ask me. Plenty of true crime, plenty of hauntings happening at the Borden house to this day.
Go look at the pictures, guys.
Yes, because they are interesting.
They're wild. They're fucking wild.
I know. If you have ever toured or stayed at the Borden house, please get a hold of us. If you are an owner of the Borden house or maybe even U.S. Ghost Tours or Ghost Adventures, U.S. Ghost Adventures, we'll tag them on Insta.
Yes.
And Facebook maybe. And then let us know. Send us an email at the Gmail so we can have you on the show as a special guest episode. It would be so cool.
You can tell us all the places you've been. We can talk about Lizzie Borden house, how haunted it is.
It'll be amazing.
You can bring your EVPs. That'd be cool as fuck.
There's another cool thing I wanted to mention. Let's see. I don't think I got rid of the link. Maybe I did, but I posted it here, so I'm going to click on it now. There is a Lizzie Borden mystery game.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you can go to lizzie-borden.com/mystery game. And it is literally one you can download for your phone.
Oh, cool.
And you are a detective. As Pinkerton's top investigator, you have been assigned to solve a brutal and mysterious double murder in Fall River, Massachusetts. Oh. You'll interview suspects, examine various clues and evidence presented in different areas of the property, and speak to witnesses. Hurry, this murder is fresh and we must get to the bottom of these murders.
Okay, so is it like one of those hidden
No, I don't think games? So. It's
I don't love those.
I love those, but it is not. It is an interactive, decision-based game.
Yes, I like those. I like those.
That will allow you to make your way through the Borden property to uncover the killer or killers.
Oh, that reminds me of my CSI games. Yes.
To analyze clues, view evidence, interrogate witnesses.
Yes.
And I'm totally going to be downloading it.
Hell yeah. They don't make games like that.
It says... To download the Junket app on iOS or Android and log in. It's free. Purchase the adventure using the get the game button. It's probably only, I don't know how much it is. It's only a couple bucks. I don't know. But I literally want to because it sounds fun as fuck.
It does sound fun.
And it's about an actual true crime case.
Yes.
So that's the coolest part.
That is the coolest.
I thought you guys would really enjoy that, so I repped that game a little bit.
Yeah, we'll blog it.
Yep, I'll put it right there.
Blog it.
Blag. As always, you can follow us on YouTube, More Than Murder, do all the things, like, subscribe, subscribe, bell, all that. Leave us reviews and comments, please. Comment on stuff everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
YouTube videos, just comment on shit.
Just comment.
For social media, it's comment on shit.
Yeah.
Leave us reviews, iTunes, Audible, Facebook, anywhere really helps. Commenting and sharing, like I said, YouTube videos, especially sharing the videos and social media posts really helps because of algorithms and such, you guys. Those really do fuck everybody.
It's hard.
Follow us on Facebook at More Than Murder. Follow us on Facebook at
More Than Murder.
Follow us on Twitter at
_murder.
Never done that one before. And follow us on Insta at
More Than Murder Pie.
If you have
taking my stuff, guys.
I just was on a roll.
She's like,
shut my trap.
Just gotta go.
I know. I'm like, shit. It's 10:31. My mom's leaving the house at 11. At least she's leaving at 11.
Yes, you got time.
And she'll probably be a little bit late, but that's okay.
I mean,
if you have any ghosty experience or true crime stories of your own and would love to be featured on your very own guest episode of MTM
One Back Wednesday,
Feedback Wednesday! Shout out to Abby/Ray, who laughed his ass off as we sat here coming up with what we would call it.
He saw the creative
and
process,
hyped it up. Yep.
And I think he enjoyed it.
He did. He laughed a lot.
Fucking entertaining watching us
really
be terribly unprofessional.
We really need to do this live.
I know. We're so fucking unprofessional.
I know. Anyways, email us at the Gmail and we'll chat.
Real quick, because I just noticed this. We have, literally to the day, 1 month until we hit 1 year of the podcast, guys. 1 month, October 23rd, which we're recording today, 9/23. So as of the recording, not the release, we have 1 month, guys.
Can you
we
believe
have been doing this a whole fucking year.
Can you guys believe it?
Oh my God, thank you all for listening. And if you've been here since the beginning, shout us out because we fucking love you. And
maybe we'll go live.
What is that? I haven't done that.
I don't know. Can we go live on like Insta? We can also go live on TikTok.
I told you that we can go live on Insta and we need to try it out.
Okay, well we should also do it on TikTok because if we start our TikTok stuff getting moving, then we could go live on, and there's, as you scroll by, people see lives.
Oh no, I know. I used to watch lives when I had TikTok.
Yeah, so we should really do that. And we should just get like all makeup on so when everybody scrolls, they'll be like, "Oh, who's that?" And
we'll turn on the filter that makes us look even better. We're just gonna be like,
I don't use filters like that. Sorry.
Well, there's just like the shiny one that like hints on your like your points that are already shiny. And you just look like a goddess.
Yeah,
a goddess motherfucker. So yeah, that's all I had to say. But yeah, we'll go live.
Okay, well if you just want to say hi to us, you can also email us morethemurderpod@gmail.com. That is it. Thank you, as always, for listening. We love you. Yeah. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.